In the context of the workplace, mental health is actually a fundamental thing. We're finding that someone is reaching a burnout point or their mental health's not in check. I find that my staff can be very distracted or they need time to take off work. So you can see the impacts quite visibly if you're not checking in with them. My name is Alexandra Joseph. I work as a manager for the Salvation Army in the family and domestic violence stream. I studied the graduate certificate of leading mental health and wellbeing, workplace and community. In my current role, I work in family and domestic violence refuge. So it is crisis accommodation for women and children fleeing domestic violence. I currently manage the refuge, so a typical day might look like responding to crises, taking women who are fleeing violence and also leading my staff through that crisis. So the best part about learning from the graduate certificate was being able to bring into the workplace the ability of flexible working. So looking at what psychological safety looks like in the workplace, which is really important, particularly working in family and domestic violence. We sometimes overlook our mental health and wellbeing due to empathetic fatigue. I studied online, so the teaching method usually encompassed tutorials online and then group work and also content work on Flow. I had lots of accessibility to my lecturers and teachers at any point. So the ways I've been able to implement some of the things that I've learned from the graduate certificate of mental health and wellbeing is particularly looking at the environment we work in, looking at adding greenery into the space, calming colours, things that predominantly weren't in the workplace before. So we know that if people have a safe environment, that they can bring their personal belongings, then they have that sense of individuality in that space, but also the sense of autonomy as well. And also just implementing, I guess, from my end, regular check-ins with my staff. What I see now is that staff are happy to come into work. I was actually having a supervision session yesterday with one of my work colleagues who said she's never been in a space where she's been able to get feedback about her performance in such a transparent way, but also to address conflict in the workplace so quickly. I do think this course has actually helped advance my career. If you want to make improvements in your workspace and you want your staff to be more autonomous, more individual and more safe in the workplace, I would strongly encourage that you come into this course. It really adds that element of I'm not only going to manage, I'm going to develop into a leader.